Happy morning, students. In the previous class, we have discussed the matter wave equations, that is both dependent as well as time independent wave equations. Now, in this class, we are going to discuss regarding the physical significance of the wave function psi, or physical interpretation of the Schrodinger wave function, as well as limitations. Physical significance of wave function psi. If you observe the physical significance of the wave function, generally psi doesn't have any physical meaning. Or simply we can say that the wave function psi, which is a function of x comma t in the one dimensional or r comma t in the three dimensional, is simply a complex number. Is a complex number. This wave function psi doesn't have any physical importance, but the quantity modulus of psi square or psi star psi has a physical meaning. It has what we call it as is a real quantity. It is a real quantity, and this particular wave function modulus of psi square quantity into dV or psi star psi into dV gives the probability of finding the particle, or simply probability density in a given volume. Is a probability density in the volume dV. dV is nothing but dx, dy, dz. And then that means the quantity modulus of psi square gives the probability density or particle density. If the particle is a charged particle, then this phenomena modulus of psi square dV or psi star psi dV gives the charge density. So what do you mean by probability density or charge density? In the sense, the probability of finding the particle in the given space at a particular point is finite. That is the meaning of that one. And if that is equal to unity, then such a wave function we call it as a normalized wave function. That is the particle density. If P represents the particle density, then P is equal to modulus of integration over psi square dV. That is nothing but triple integral over modulus of psi square dx, dy, dz. If it is equal to 1, then such a wave function we call it as a normalized wave function. Such a wave function we call it as normalized wave function. The physical meaning of this particular wave function is the probability of finding the particle is always unity. That means the particle must be there in the somewhere. Then only, if as the particle is there in the space, that too it is moving with some velocity, hence it is associated with a wave, and its wave displacement can be represented by this wave function. That means the wave function is there in the sense the particle must also be there. Because the wave function is there in the sense wave function is associated with a wave. Wave must be associated with the particle. Hence, the probability of finding the particle is always unity. This is regarding the physical significance or physical interpretation of the wave function psi. Now coming to the limitations of the wave function. Limitations of psi, wave function psi. Or in other words we can say that conditions to be acceptable by a wave function. That means in order to represent the wave function for the matter wave, the wave function need to satisfy certain conditions. The first one is psi must be finite. The first one is it must be finite. What do you mean by finite? That means the wave psi can be represented as psi of x comma y comma z. I will write here psi of x comma y comma z comma t in a 3D, 3 dimensional. That means if you calculate the value of psi of x, that must be finite. It never be equal to infinite. Similarly, psi of y, it must be finite. It never be equal to infinite. Similarly, psi of z, it must be finite. It never be equal to infinite. In the same manner, psi of t also. That means the value of wave function psi must be finite at all values of for all values of x comma y comma z comma t. And the second important condition that must be acceptable for the wave function is psi must be single valued. Psi must be single valued. What do you mean by single valued? Single valued in the sense, for example, if you calculate the value of psi of x, it must be either 1 or 2, whatever it may be. I will write here psi of x is equal to plus or minus 3. Then such a wave function cannot be used to represent the matter wave. Because what do you mean by psi of x equal to plus or minus 3 in the sense the wave function is simultaneously existing at plus 3 and minus 3. It is highly impossible because wave function represents the wave. In the sense the wave cannot be existing simultaneously at two places. It must be there at only one place. Hence the wave function psi must be single valued. It never have more than one value. If it have, then such a wave function cannot be used to represent the Schrodinger wave function, right? Or matter wave. Simply we can say that matter wave. This is the another important condition. And the third one is psi must be continuous. What do you mean by continuous? That means the wave function psi must be continuous for all values except only at the where the potential energy is infinite. Potential energy where it is infinite, it never be continuous. So the wave function must be continuous. It never be discontinuous. For example, if we draw a plot between the wave function versus the displacement, I will draw here like this. It must be continuous. It never be discontinuous. That is the meaning of physical meaning of the wave function must be continuous. And the fourth one is the wave function psi must be analytical. Of course, in the mathematics, you are already known that the condition to represent the continuous wave function. In the same manner, if we derive this wave function, that is dou by dou t of psi, that must also be continuous, then such a wave function we call it as analytical. Analytical in the sense, simply we can say that the first derivative of the wave function must also be continuous. Then it is called analytical wave function. And the fifth important acceptable condition is the wave function psi must be vanished. psi must be vanished at the boundaries. Vanished at boundaries. What do you mean by it? For example, this is one boundary, this is the other end of the board is another boundary. Then the wave, the particle is moving in between these two boundaries. The wave is also confined to these two boundaries only. That means the wave does not exist here. As the wave is not existing at the first boundary, if the wave is not there, then wave function must also be not there. Hence, wave function is vanished. Simply vanished in the sense that must be annihilated, disappears. There is no wave function, that is absent at that particular point. So that is the meaning of psi must be vanished at the boundary. Because the particle never be present at the boundaries, hence the wave never be existing at the boundaries, hence the wave function also cannot be there. Simply. This is regarding the psi must be vanished at the boundaries. And the next important limitation is the wave function representing this condition, that is integration over minus infinity to plus infinity psi star I psi j is into dv is equal to 0, where I is not equal to j. That means I and j are two different. If any wave function satisfying this condition, then such a wave function we call it as orthogonal wave function. Orthogonal wave function. So these are the limitations of the wave function psi, and this is regarding the physical significance of the wave function or physical interpretation of the wave function psi. All of you note down it. If you have any doubt in this particular concept, please feel free to ask me. Thank you. All of you note down it.